And for me, that's the one thing I struggled with for so long. I'd place a trade, I'd have that hope, that optimism, that infatuation. I'd start saying to myself, here we go. I'm going to get funded. I'm going to make 1, 2, 3K. And what happens? The market taps me out. Get emotional. I get pissed off. I get annoyed. I get frustrated. And I probably revenge trade. You can do everything right and still be wrong. Most traders cannot and will not accept that. And what do I always say? My number one mantra, 90% of traders lose. What makes you think you're any different? What separates you from the pack? Well, this is it, guys. Okay, guys, here we go. Let's do it. What is going on, everyone? And welcome back to another trading video. Welcome back to another writing reflection. So let's jump straight into today's writing reflection. This writing reflection is called "You Can Do Everything Right and Still Be Wrong." Most traders cannot accept that, okay? So as always, my writing reflections are based at myself, something that I struggled with so much. And I truly believe many people do, because when you first get into the trading arena, when you first get into the trading realm, the brain you bring is not built, designed, and molded into a probability mind. In the trading realm, there is no other industry that can match it, okay? Any other industry, you do everything right, you show up, you tick the boxes, you complete everything you're supposed to do, 9 times out of 10 you will win, okay? In the trading realm, you follow your plan to perfection, you follow your rules, you do everything right, and you can still lose. And this definitely takes a long time to remold, redesign, rebuild your mind to a trading mind, because the natural human brain is not built or designed for probabilities. So this is why, you essentially, how I did it, I had to fail my way to that mindset, okay? It took me a lot of failure, making the same mistakes repeatedly over and over, getting punched in the face, getting back up, and being willing to go again. But like I said, you can do everything right and still be wrong. Most traders cannot and will not accept that. From my own experience, this is something that I struggled with so much. I would place a trade, it would be a perfect setup, I'd follow my rules, I'd do everything right. And what happens? The market tapped me out. The market still went against me. And that, for me, really, really used to piss me off. But that was just my caveman animal brain. I always talk about that. That was the caveman animal brain trying to control outcome. This is why you have to break down the old mind. You have to build new habits. You have to rewire your brain. And you have to build new pathways into adopting and embracing a probability mindset. So before I dig even deeper, let me read out the writing reflection and then we can talk about it in length after. So let's get to it. You follow your trading plan to perfection. You follow your rules. You do everything right. You have found a high probability setup. Hope, optimism, infatuation of potential profits linger. The trader's excited to see what happens next, but yet the market still goes against you and taps you out. How does this make the trader feel? How does the trader respond to this outcome? Disappointed, annoyed, frustrated. The trader tells himself, but I did everything right. I followed my plan. I followed my rules. It was a perfect setup, but yet I was still wrong. This is the harsh reality of trading that very few can accept. You can do everything right and still be wrong. In order to overcome this problem, we must give up all expectation of being right. Wins and losses are out of our control. We must not get too attached to a certain idea, outcome, or expectation, regardless of how good the setup looks, regardless if it's an A-star setup, because we could still be wrong. So give up the expectation of being right. That's not important. What's important is making the correct decision consistently, regardless of the individual outcome, regardless if you win or lose, regardless if you make money or lose money. What's important is that we embrace and welcome the fact that we will be wrong, and we will be wrong a lot. We will lose and we will lose a lot, but that's how the trading world works. It's a game of probabilities. We don't take it personally. We don't take it to heart. We don't try to fight this reality, because if we do, if we try to control outcome, if we try to force our will, if we try to be right on every individual outcome, we don't stand a fighting chance. You will be here today but gone tomorrow. So heading forward, remind yourself daily, you can do everything right and still be wrong. This is the harsh reality of trading that many cannot and will not accept. And yes, it's annoying. And yes, it's frustrating sometimes. But this is the trading world. This is the game we are playing. You either play along and adapt to this way of thinking, or you perish away with the other 90% of traders that lose. So you now have two options presented to you. Adapt or perish. The choice is yours. Okay, guys, so that is a nice, quick writing reflection for you guys. You can do everything right and still be wrong. This is what you have to start meditating on. This is what you have to remind yourself every single day, because if you don't, if you try to force your own will onto the market, what happens? Okay, you'll shoot yourself in the foot, self-sabotage, you'll make stupid, impulsive, reckless trading decisions. Like I said at the start, trading is probably the only arena where you do everything right and you could still be wrong. Okay. If you do everything right in a game, in a sport, you'll win. Okay. If you do not cut any corners, you will win. In the trading realm, you could do everything right. You follow your plan, you follow your rules, you follow risk management, but you could still be wrong. This is the world of probabilities. And like I said at the start of the video, the natural human mind cannot accept that. This is why you have to build yourself into a probability mindset. And building yourself into a probability mindset is not easy. It's very challenging. It's very difficult. It takes daily work, daily fight, okay, daily consistency. And for me, that's the one thing I struggled with for so long. I'd place a trade, I'd have that hope, that optimism, that infatuation. I'd start saying to myself, here we go. I'm going to get funded. I'm going to make 1, 2, 3K. And what happens? The market taps me out. Get emotional. I get pissed off. I get annoyed. I get frustrated. And I probably revenge trade. That was the old me. But now I understand the game I'm playing. I have two options presented into me back in that day, okay? I could either adapt to this way of thinking, I could play along and adapt, or I perish away like the 90% of traders that lose. This is the harsh reality of trading that many cannot and will not accept. So I hope this writing reflection, I hope this mantra helps. Start telling yourself every single day, you can do everything right and still be wrong. Most traders cannot and will not accept that. And what do I always say? My number one mantra, 90% of traders lose. What makes you think you're any different? What separates you from the pack? Well, this is it, guys. When people get emotional, when people get fearful because one trade's gone against them, which is absolutely stupid, it's about probabilities, we do not care. We see it as a test. We see it as a challenge. That's what I do. Every trading loss I take, I enjoy taking trading losses because it is a test of my willpower. It is a test of my internal discipline, my self-control. So that is my daily ritual, my daily practice. I meditate on the fact that I could do everything right and still be wrong. So when that time is presented, I'm not fearful, I'm not emotional, I'm calm, I'm controlled. Okay, I'm focused on what's going on. And for me, transitioning from the normal brain to the probability brain was very difficult. Unfortunately, I always learn by making mistakes, okay? I could read it in a book, I could read Trading in the Zone, it says thinking probabilities, forget and detach from the individual outcome. But unfortunately, like a lot of traders, we have to lose and learn by trial and error, okay? You make a mistake, you get punched in the face, you lose an account, you lose funded account, burn money, you get up, you dust off, you learn the lesson, you go again until eventually you've got punched in the face so many times, you know what to do now. And that's how I learn, okay, guys? Unfortunately, I would like to read something and then just be like, yeah, that's right. But unfortunately, I learn by losing. That's how I got to the position where I am today, having funded accounts, making consistent money in the market. So don't be annoyed or frustrated if you keep making mistakes because that's how you learn. Yes, it's annoying. Yes, it's frustrating, but this is the journey of being a trader. The stage I'm at now, I've got so much to learn. I've got so much to improve on, okay, mentally, financially, spiritually. I got so many levels I want to take this, but it's just about day by day, trying to be better on the individual days, showing up every day, doing the best you can do every day, okay? So that is today's writing reflection. You can do everything right and still be wrong. Remind yourself of that every single day because most traders cannot and will not accept that. And like I said a minute ago, 90% of traders lose. What makes you think you're any different? Okay, guys, so I hope you got some value from this video. Remember, you have to adapt or you will perish. If you do not adapt to this way of thinking, if you do not adapt to a probability mindset, you will not last very long in this game. Sooner or later, you will get taken out and you will not get back up. Okay, guys, so that is today's video. I hope you got some value from this. I hope you can resonate on this message. Let me know what you think of the video, the good, the bad, as always. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.